Hello and welcome to back for our final race of the week for round one here in Shanghai, China. Shanghai, China. I'm your host, Riverside Boy, and I'm joined alongside by not David Oldface, as obviously we hit there on a Wednesday night. Wants to take a bit of a break, but I've got my good old friend.
Lads.
Lads, we're here, the two Kent boys, posh boys, whatever you want to call us. Don't really care. But we're here for the tier ones, obviously. 15 tonight. There's a few new drivers. We've got the likes of OAJL77 making his debut and CJ in the wins also making his debut. So everyone will be keeping their eyes on those two throughout the race. But obviously, what's going on? Things coming up on my phone. As you all aware, I mean that's obviously and most of tier 3 as well, all raced their races. Most drivers had a bit of mixed fortunes in their first rounds. Some people have had better runs. Some people have not lasted more than 10 laps. But other than that, it's been a great start to season 9. Especially around for a track that we all were expecting to not see many overtakes. There has been plenty of action as we might come racing here again at some point. Don't know when. But I'll let Az talk through around the legendary track of Shanghai.
Yeah, so very tricky track on this game. Out of probably the 16 corners and the rest of the track, there's probably only one good part, which is the back straight. The rest is very low traction, depending on what traction model you're on. Experiencing no traction, it was very difficult. The rear end is very slidey around here, and of course you want to try and take as much curve as you can, but again round here it's very hard because the curbs are so high, and it can throw you off track. I wouldn't expect the track limits to be so high for tier 1, as this obviously is our top tier, but yeah, anything can happen in this Grand Prix go. Like you said, plenty of overtaking so far across the week, but very bad misfortunes for some people, just for the sheer lack of it being its first race, and China has been difficult for most drivers throughout the week with the bumpiness and the low traction.
Yeah, as this is very weird to see Nigel Piggle in a McLaren. He has, if we go off a story, he's been demoted from Mercedes. Obviously 3 seasons, as he clonks the inside curb of your corner where you spun in qualifying on Wednesday.
Yep.
Very easy to either go off or clonk the curb. Now, through the difficult, as I'm going to call it, the snail trail, as I call it. So hard to get the power out. You see, Ad's made a very big point to me. Full traction gain you about half a second there. It's just so OP through there, but obviously Nigel's running none, so we might not see the greatest runs out of there, but as he comes into the hairpin, another place we will see a lot of overtakes with the DRS in the race. Now coming through the final corner, very easy to go wide, so loses the rear slightly, and it's up to the line. It's a 1:31.0 to get us underway. As the
It's fucking nuts.
Here comes Crossgree, making his return to Tier 1 again at 1:32.5. Magusa, obviously a former champion himself, has backed out on his lap, so obviously didn't like his run. There's Johnny Vane, always invalidated.
Oh, you were saying, Gary, just going back to turn 12 and 13, yeah, it's probably the most difficult corner on the of the race. It's the way that it cambers from left to right, and it is very low traction. So, when the tyres just start getting worn down, it is a very difficult corner to get right. And if you go offline there, you're pretty much going to lose the rear end and spin.
Yeah, it's also obviously some people experience It's one of those tracks where you can experience abnormal tyre wear on the tyres. So obviously on Wednesday night, I was experiencing high wear on my front left and the whole left side, just because of the nature of this track. Because of how much load you're putting into those tyres, but also it also affects tyre overheating as well if you don't get the tyre.
Yeah, of course.
Pressure, tyre pressure is going to take a big key throughout the race, because obviously more you go around that snail section, the more the tyres are going to eventually give up, and it's just going to be absolutely horrendous. As we watch Ori go through the final corner, he's done the same thing as his teammate, and will not be too impressed. But there's more leader. But if there's one guy we need to keep an eye on, it's in the RB, CD17. ZD obviously raced the final race in Abu Dhabi, but unfortunately was taken out of that race, so we didn't get to see the overall pace. He's going to try and help his teammate of Shadows this year. They're going to try and play the game that me and Mongo did on Wednesday, where we used the toe, and then the next lap I would give him the toe. I think CD gave Shadows gave CD the toe on the previous lap, and it does work. It's all about the team games. No, it's not against the rules. Well, unless you're in another league, not to say names. Such streaming is banned. But here comes Shadows across the line. It's going to be a 1:31.2, so it does work. One of the RBs.
Yeah, I think Shadows this year this season is going to. I think he's going to be the dark horse out of everyone. Obviously, experienced from last year racing with him. He had a pretty slow start trying to get used to the game, like everyone else had to. And it's probably in the last 5-ish races we started seeing him creeping up the grid, getting the podium here and there, getting closer and closer. So I think he'll be the dark horse this year.
Yeah, I think he got 6 podiums last season.
Yeah, it wasn't until the far end of the season when he started coming good. So, it's taken quite a lot of drivers to try and get up to speed. Some drivers have lost speed because of this game. Some people have got even faster. I think one of the people of this season so far in this game is Shadows. I think he's got faster over time.
Yeah, I would say I can agree with that. Obviously, I wasn't having really the pace as I would have liked at the start, but I've suddenly found said pace. I don't know where it's come from, but I think it's due to finding the setup, getting the rhythm, getting more confident. You can really chuck the cars into the corners, and
and it's looking very tight at the top. We've got Maggies just pipping Shadows there into second. 20,000, not even 20,000 of a second covers McLaren and Nigel and Maggies. Didn't see much of Maggies last year, but hopefully we'll see him a little bit more this year. And you got Reese in fourth, who's he's a very, very good driver, and had loads of battles between him and Nigel. Them two were teammates last season, so
yeah,
they're going to be rivals for this year.
Yeah, Reese, obviously there was massive controversy at the end of last. I thought it was super savers as you're cracking with your Poundland headset. Radical. But yes, after last...
More leaders just had a 360.
Oh, bless me, sorry, it's the bloody cough, asthma, blame it. But as we watch CJ make his first lap in Tier 1, he's going to come across the line. 1:31.4, not a bad showing for the Williams driver. Darkblade, another dark horse. Darkblade, dark horse. Shut up, Gary, that joke absolutely sucks. Obviously a man that actually took the fight. Oh, and he goes top by 0.02 of a second. Showing, oh my god, where you going, lad? That's not the track.
Is my mic any better? I'll press the pause thing. There's nothing on my bloody mic either. Expensive one. This is bloody game.
Yeah, I think it's. Hang on, let me press the expert button. Maybe it can sort that out. There is a cracking, but if we can't sort it, then we'll just have to deal with it. As I don't know if that was CD on a lap. No, that was Shadows on his out lap. CD is on a lap. He's 2 temps up on his lap. We'll stay on board with him. Obviously, CD moving. Can't hear you, a big owl, lad. Thanks, Anakin. Oh, there's Nigel. 130.8. Obviously, CD's moved to PC. He's hit the curb. That's not what he needs.
He would have lost all that 2 attempts he's just gained through sector 1. There you go. He's lost 3 attempts in total. So I think you'll probably see him back off now. Recharge the batteries. It's still going. Maybe he can get that extra tenth from the slipstream. He's just going to get from his teammates. So he may still go a bit faster. Not long left. 6.5 minutes.
Shadow pulls out the way at the last second. Obviously, CD was telling me last time I spoke to him that due to having the PC version of the game, obviously he now gets a crisp 60 frames per second constantly. And actually, as he did actually improve by half a second. So if he can get the toe again and then not have the second sector he had, CD could easily be up in the top 5, I reckon.
Do you think it's easier to drive the game on PC than it is Xbox or PS4?
So the thing with the console versions, you can't hold the 60 FPS constantly. Sometimes it will drop, sometimes it will stay there. On PC, it will literally hold, and the esports players and a lot of PC players say that they can take corners better with having that. It doesn't, like, there's no little delay or something. They also don't experience the smoke. You know, when someone breaks in front of you, you get that massive puff of smoke, which can put you off.
Yeah.
And obviously on PC, you're obviously going to be playing with a steering wheel. You're not going to be using mouse on. You're not going to be using a keyboard. If you're using a keyboard and you drive very quickly, then I'll put my hats off to you. But yeah, obviously we all know that some tracks are made for wheels. Obviously, you can get the rotation much more on a wheel than a pad, because you can only move the thumbstick to a certain degree before you hit the edge.
And Shadow.
Didn't have he did have a toe from CD, but we don't mind that. That's what you need to do. Nigel Pigger was going to be absolutely fuming. That's my poll.
And the only driver that hasn't gone out on a lap so far is Vinny Vane in the Red Bull. He's looks like he's only going to go for 1 run, Gary.
Well, he did go for his first. He did invalidate his first run, so I reckon he's just going to throw it to the wall on his his last attempt. I think he's probably going to do what you did on Wednesday and maybe save a set of socks. That didn't really work out for you so well.
Oh.
Sorry. You saving the set of softs for a late safety car. It didn't work entirely well.
I didn't I? So I couldn't ever use them.
But yeah, no, that's why I said it didn't really work out. For me, on the other hand, Quarry was great. Race kind of fell apart due to a very poor safety car, I would say. But other than that, I would say, who is on a lap? Is on the out lap.
So yeah, just coming down to 3 and a bit minutes left. So this will be their last run. Morley, the main, no, he won't get 2 laps in. He's too far around the track. But yeah, they're all going to start piling out now. Give the viewers your top 3 then, Gary. I'm gonna take Magnus, a Dark Blade, and a Shadow.
I'm gonna go.
Nigel's gonna make a mistake on his last lap. Could be wrong.
I'm gonna go Dark Blade, Nigel, Shadows. Got Shadows. But yeah, we'll have to see. But can the American leader, obviously moving up from Tier 2 last season. Is now Tier 1s, along with Rare Winter, who was Tier 2 as well, is now Tier 1.
And to be honest, he's not doing too bad, more leader. Back into Tier 1. He's only about 3/10 off of 4/10 off of 7th place. So a decent lap here could possibly put him well up into the top 7 or 6. So I'm just going through it now, going into Sector 1. It looks pretty neat and tidy so far. No wiggling of the rear end. So he's just coming up to the end of Sector 1 now. Let's see if he's improved. Yeah, so he's a 10th up at the minute. He's going in the right direction. He's just coming up to the tricky uphill to the fast left and right. A very tricky corner, Gary, that Morley is going through now. You touch that curb, you spin.
Yeah, all you do is TJ and get a complete warning, which David says he has never seen anyone get a warning at that corner. Like, I don't understand why TJ turns so
coming
low.
up to turn 12 and 13, I believe. It's 12, 13. Again, pretty smooth around there. Looks like he's running either medium tracks or full, so he should have got a good launch off that corner. Back straight now, DRS is wide open, still plenty of battery left. He's having little squirts down the back end. He's going to use most of his battery off the last corner down to the finish line. So let's see if we can get this absolutely perfectly. Now this is going to be in a good position to move up, and he did absolutely perfect, and he's used all his deployment. Yep, and like I said, he's moved up in P7. Very nice lap there by my leader.
Even though he's not going to get another lap, so it's going to be one and done. But CD is half a second up on his lap, and he's got the toe of his teammate. He's using all his battery. He's going to try and save a little bit. He might turn it off now, and he does. Shadow gets out of the way. I don't know if anyone is experiencing
this could be on pole.
As he's got, don't jinx it yet. As he goes through the final corner, he's going to keep it within track. Over to the brings to the line. Here comes.
Oh no! He lost time.
He lost time. He didn't have the batteries he did before, but P6 will be his finishing position. Well, Shadows is going to be the next one up for the challenge for the pole. He's obviously on provisional pole, but Nigel is 29 hundredths up. Will stay on board with the Macca driver. Still running the Lewis Hamilton themed crash helmet. You can take Lewis out of the Mercedes, but you'll never take the Lewis Hamilton fan out of Nigel Piggle.
He's up by 10th, and he's going to get a nice distant toe here. I'm not too sure if that's his. No, it's not his teammate.
I would actually say that's Matthew May behind him, going to be getting the toe off Nigel.
So Nigel's getting a decent toe here off the Red Bull. Nice little decent.
Red Bull is miles away.
Yeah, but he's going to get a distant toe. What I was meant to say, sorry. He's coming into the last corner now, turn 16. Again, very tricky corner. You want to try to clip that curve, but not too much. Which is coming into now.
He comes.
Oh, it comes over the line. Is it enough?
Oh, he didn't get it!
He didn't get it. So he lost time.
Shadows is pole, but Shadows is a 2/10 down at this point. But I don't know. What is Darkblade? Darkblade's 4/10 up.
4/10 up.
4/10.
Matthews
is stolen it.
L plan's coming. So he's coming here for.
L plan? Is he?
Did you see one? Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know. Here comes Darkblade because here he comes across the line. It's going to be pole.
Oh, no! Yes, he didn't do it. So he lost.
Stole it. Where's Reese? Here comes Reese across the line. And he doesn't do it.
So, did
wow.
I get my prediction right? Or
did
I say Darkblade, Shadows and Reese?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I got two of the three, so that's alright.
No, you said Magusa, Darkblade and Reese.
When did Magusa come?
First.
Oh.
I said Darkblade, Nigel and Shadows.
That's nuts, so we thought tier 2 when we raced was pretty close. 5th down to 1st is covered by 2.5 temps, nearly 3 temps.
I just would like to point out that Mr. Cruder did a 30.9 in tier 2 for pole, and he's only 2 temps. He would have been P5 in this tier, and I would have been P6. So, yeah, the grip hacks from the 2 bottle jobs.
Matthew made it alright again, the Ferrari.
Yeah, he got that really big toe down the main straight, well, the back straight on Nigel, and has put himself nicely in P6, the only Ferrari here. Ads did not set a time. I think he retired quite early on. I have not seen anything about an invite. I don't think he left the session. I think he just retired. But yeah, Mag User steering one, the fellow biker. Come on, Mag User. Show what us bikers can do. We can drive fast even on 4 wheels when other than 2.
I'm gonna go get a drink while we have our 3-minute break to entertain the peeps.
Yeah, obviously, as if you don't know, obviously this year we are not running formation lap due to can't really warm up your tyres on the formation lap.
Oh, I'm
So
silly.
we're just going straight into formation lap. Obviously, there's going to be a 3-minute period.
I'm quite surprised that actually hasn't caught anyone out. So it's glad to see that people actually listen to the announcements this week.
I think it's more just the fact. Oh, I can hear myself.
Here's my phone. I've got Twitch. I'm turning it down now. I was just seeing if my mic was crackling, but not much I can do. I don't know why it happens on online gaming.
Yeah, so it's going to be. But speaking of other things, as obviously we had our first practice for the USA Grand Prix at Texas today in real F1.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the McLaren absolutely sparkling in the Austrian sunshine. Obviously with the chrome.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird result, really. Obviously, my team are 1-2 in a minute, but it looks like so far so good for the Ferrari boys. It looks like they've had a decent car coming straight out of the pitch today, and it looked pretty stable. And it's a bit weird because obviously you've got the new track layout, so everyone's getting to grips with obviously the new tarmac. We obviously saw a lot of spins from the Mercedes boys today. And it looked like McLaren was struggling. Obviously, that's the only practice session we have before sprint quali. So, at the moment, it looks like it's Ferrari, Red Bull, clear. Well, not clear of the pack, but pretty much in front. So, but yeah, it's a bit of a weird session, really. I know everyone's not going to show their pace till tonight, but it was a bit up and down by most of the teams.
It's going to be interesting. Hamilton had a high-speed spin at turn 4.
Yeah, that was
and
nice.
George had one at turn 1.
Lucky enough they weren't gravel there. I'll be back in 2 seconds, Gary. I'm just getting a drink and shit.
As I'm reading here through the BBC website, Mercedes are among the teams with a significant upgrade on their car, along with Red Bull, McLaren and Aston Martin. The weekend started the contract over the device of Red Bull. Apparently Red Bull got a device that can adjust the height of the floor. In Mawson, who placed Daniel Ricciardo, was 13th, while his teammate was 10th. So, yeah, it should be interesting. Everyone's eyes are going to be on Liam Mawson, obviously. Obviously, last season, he was obviously in the RB for a little bit, but obviously he knew that he wasn't going to keep hold of that seat. It was only for the temporary. Obviously, now that seat is his. More than 3 races, so we have to see how he does. As we are 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights. It's a bit weird that we go in and we are away in Shanghai. I can't think of a funny reference, but hey ho. But as it looks like Dubate has taken the lead off Mag User, he goes to the inside. As we look behind, as everyone goes through the snail bit for the first time, turns 1, 2, and 3. Looks like Evan has got through. Nice Toby is a slide from a Red Bull of Junior May, who is starting to fall into the pack. The 2 Red Bulls are side by side as Reese and Shadows are fighting around. Oh, there's contact behind! And Fifas is out! And there's a collision with El Plan. Adds more leader. Ollie has got a 10-second time penalty, along with Ads, and if people are trying to stop to let Oh, there's absolute front wing damage. More leader. I think has full wing damage. Poor FIFAs, I think, was squashed in the middle. There's the fellow Mercedes driver along with myself. Of there was the only Mercedes driver. Down in 13th. There's El Plan, obviously missing qualifying, getting in for the race. CJ's trying to survive his way around, but already some controversy already into that one. Oh yeah, we've been talking for 3 minutes. Ollie with 10 seconds, Rare Winter with 10, and Ads all with probably illegal overtakes. Very harsh from the steward. God damn it. FIA, sort your shit out. But as we go, as we see him,
Nigel's off.
Nigel experiencing some issues. I don't know if he's got front wing damage, but he's not had the greatest start for lap 1 as Magusa can lead back as we see at the back. The two Hasses going to box. Oh Christ! Watch out for the pit wall, and they're going to have to double stack. Ads obviously on hard. Sorry, not you Ads. The other Ads. The better Ads. Ads 1, sorry, as we used to know him as. Obviously a former champion. It's not had a really good start.
Gary, explain to me what's happened. I'm out the loop, yeah.
So, as we went down into Daniel Ricciardo corner, I think Morley and Ads have squished FIFA's together, and FIFA's had his front left ripped off, and some people have got a illegal time penalty due to obviously it being yellow flags. Probably legally overtaken, but because Moore and Ads were behind them, they couldn't give the places back.
Nigel's really struggling there, Gary. He's down in P10. He's actually lost another 2 places since the start of this lap. There's no visual damage on this car. He seems to be alright round the corners, but early doors he's struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, look. Yeah, a bit more off as we see up in front Matthew May and CD. CD absolutely flying, showing everyone the pace that he did have previously. But he's up to 6th.
It's not by Kosky.
Go on, Kosky. Obviously, Kosky won a race last season in Canada.
Yeah, that was a fluke. Yeah, he only won that because I spun under the safety car.
If you haven't seen that clip, Mr. Clattelads was leading the race on the side, decided I'm going to warm up the tyres, and he drops it.
Yeah, big time.
And everyone says I'm
Absolutely
the bottle. That's the bigger bottle. He lost 2 places at the start, Gary. Quite radical. Quite ash. Yeah, call your government name. As Nigel is now back past, it was a 3-second time penalty for CJ. Maybe that was a little bit of.
Yeah, he's got a big damage, he's got half a end playoff, so that is not going to help him, especially for the sector he's going. CJ's got his left wing end plates not there, so that's probably why.
He might have been involved in the collision with FIFAs and that lot. There was quite a lot.
And we've got Ollie making a move and his teammate into P9, so the Rebels are fighting. And Nigel's now right on the back of Matthew May, who is making his way back up. See David, like you said, having a good race in P6, got that gap to 2 seconds for the Matthew May, so he's going to feel quite comfortable from behind at the present moment. Let's see what speed Reese got. And Kosky's having another good at taking a move on Reese. But I think, Gary, yes, Reese is on the hard tyres, so it's a bit. You should start seeing Reese come back into play. Probably, what would you say, 3 laps, 4 laps?
4 to 5 laps. I think the hards.
So at the minute we can't really tell his true pace at the moment because of the difference in tyre. But yeah, decent start by crossing the Aston Martin. Plenty of action up front. Darblade just behind Magusa.
Just quickly, I'm going to do a cruiser impression. It's the Irishman flying in the green car, flying the flag for Ireland, as that's what Cruiser would say. I hope you're happy with that, Cruiser.
I think so far, Gary. The Alpha Moto kicked out. It's actually had a decent start to the constructors between all tiers. Didn't they have a good race in tier 2 and 3? Didn't they not?
I think Locker got fourth in the Tier 3 race. I think Hirsch didn't really... I don't think he really had the greatest race. I think it was a double podium for the Kick Saubers in the Tier 2. But we don't do an overall constructor, so obviously it would be a good start for...
I thought we did.
No, they cut that out.
Oh.
It's only constructors in your own tier. I don't know if you'll ever win a constructors, because as you would always say, I don't get the greatest.
Did you hear that,
second
Radical?
driver.
There's Gary already slating us after one race. One race. Horrible man. Horrible man.
Well, what can I say?
He's
when,
basically saying me Radical crap. No, it's fine, Gary. It's fine. Oh, no, that's fine. No.
Don't worry, I know you'll come back for the rest of the season. But hey, obviously I'm. Okay. Oh, both of you, I want to hear your Donald Trump voice. Why? Why Donald Trump? I despise that man.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Not a chance am I doing that. CJ has actually got past Matthew. Actually, he's fighting with Matthew May. Is he going to look for this little tight left-right?
You're not talking about CD, Gary. You're talking about Ollie.
Yeah, I'm talking about Ollie.
He said CD.
He said CJ. There's Ollie and CJ.
But talking about Ollie, he's actually pulled the gap to Nigel, so he's again decent pace by him so far. We have a flag. We have a
also,
bird
it's Raven, sad. The Mercedes teams have had mixed fortunes this season. Well, so far. Obviously, David flying the flag solo for the full-time drivers in Tier 3. Obviously, Major Allen did not race. David obviously not having the greatest race. Was there, and then he spun on the final lap.
Lights up, change you Berlin.
Yeah. Yes, I know, Radical. That's what I'm saying. Don't take Adam's out. Take mine next week. See. But yeah, CJ has dropped another place. He's fallen behind Ginny's Nick 10th.
Yeah, so far.
Those three are going to be all fighting with each other.
Again, it looks like Nigel was doing some pace, but he's dropped off another couple of temps from Colin. You got Ollie right behind him now. It's only half a second, so he's got decent pace so far in that Red Bull. Both on the same set of tyres. Grosky's now like
where's he going?
Hold
he spun!
No.
Hold it!
Oh, so like we were saying just before in qualifying, yep, he's touched that inside curb on the class as S section or snake section, whatever you want to call it. Tried to correct himself and unfortunately got on the grass on the left hand side and put him into the gravel. But at least he's still eighth. He's still eighth and he's still continuing, but yep, continuing CD.
Speaking of CD, he's now in the DRS of Reese. So if Reese can get a move on and CD can try and hold on to him, maybe Reese's pacing those hards might bring him back up to the top 3, and we might see a 5-car battle for the win. But good control from Crossgree, because that could have gone a lot worse. That could have gone...
He's very lucky there wasn't a wall there on the right hand side, and there's plenty of runoff area.
Or there wasn't a car there. I would say more the car as he speared off to the right. If there was a car there, whoever it would not have been able to avoid him. He's gonna have to try and cool the tyres down now.
Back up front.